Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Nikke Goddess of Victory video. Now Kay is finally here. Now let's talk a little bit more about her and what a synergy or property that she's going to have overall as a character, and she's going to be available to everybody in the standard banner. Now keep in mind that upcoming we are probably going to have the Stellar Blade collaboration, so that is most likely going to happen after this particular banner. So if you guys are pulling, make sure you guys think carefully, alright? But regardless, this is a pretty decent patch, alright? We have plenty of other things as well included in this particular patch, including some cool looking costumes. Yeah, why would you want this to be a $60 skin? This is insane, alright? By default, this is like...
Hello, cadet.
Wow.
Let's be good friends.
Yeah, this one is really good. I think one of the better $20 skins that they have released. Just in case you guys are wondering, this one is free. Alright, 7-day login. You are going to be able to obtain the Noir skin for free. So make sure you guys are logging in 7 days. If not, that's what it is. The Blanc one is going to be the expensive, I mean the Battle Pass one, and I saw some people complain. Now, I want you guys to be honest with me, right?
I'll give you luck and victory.
Would you guys rather the Blanc one be free and the Noir one will be paid? Which one is actually better between the Blanc and Noir? Because there are some people that would rather... I'm quite surprised they give the Noir one for free. I would have thought that they would give the Blanc one for free, right? But you know what? Either way, it's still winning. We get one skin for free. Okay, so here's what Kay is all about. So let's talk a little bit more about her, right? Like briefly, we don't need to go in too deep. Of course, I will test her when the time comes up. So she's another attacker, another burst free, another electric character. Recently, we have Arcana, which enables Isabel. Alright, so they are trying to push this electric agenda, and I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, enough with the electric agenda. If Stellar Blade comes and if be another electric, then I'm so done with it, right? Electric this, electric that. I don't care what electric you are, you're not beating Cinderella. Okay, stop it. Alright, you're not beating Cinderella right now, so there's just no point for you to be another electric character. So passive skill, alright, so she get tilted scale, critical rate increased by 0.75%, stacks up to 100 times. So that means she can get up to 75% critical rate. Not bad, right? Stack of tilted scale increased by 29. Basically, she gets a percentage damage of final attack as additional hit. You know, when she lands 4 times of critical hit. Very, very cool in that particular case. I'm not a big fan of critical hit, right? But critical hit is not that good in Nikke, in case you guys are wondering, right? Attack percent is just way better, but we'll see. Maybe she might be one of the few different characters right here. She is a submachine gun, so there's a chance that this could be good. If you are a sniper rifle or you are a shotgun, critical hit is really not that good, right? But machine gun and submachine gun, because you have a faster firing rate, so maybe it's better. So that could be a separate one, right? So you can see a reduced max ammo capacity, max ammunition capacity reduced by 51%. Attack damage increased by 10%, and then full burst ends affects all allies, removes fulfillment of righteousness. Okay, that's going to be very, very interesting, right? So I feel like the max ammo capacity reduced. This one is good to... Maybe you can pair her with Dorothy. Dorothy and Pverti, you put her in that particular team. Maybe Swimsuit Anis can also go there as a DPS character all over again. But that could be in itself one sort of way to use her. And then the burst skill, of course, is 40 seconds. She's a burst free. As you can see, damage is 92%. Attack speed reduced by 90%, as you guys saw earlier. Duration is 10 seconds, and she get attack and increased attack damage, right? So basically, during her burst, so she gets reduced attack speed. So she fired more like delicate shots or more focused shots and do damage from there, right? So that's going to be what it is. Okay, so here's one of the main issue that Kay has, alright? So for those of you who are not aware, we have one more character similar to Kay, that is Pverti, that has an ability to basically reduce your ammo capacity, right? So, and that's going to be where she shines, and unfortunately, it doesn't really stack. So as you can see, if I bring Pverti in there, I bring Kay in there, right? So you can see right here, deactivate effects in use, because this one decreased max ammo capacity, right? So I will get the other one, which is this one right here, the EX magazine right here. So you can only get one or the other, right? You cannot stack both Pverti and Kay. So that's going to be one issue that you can see. So the synergy with Pverti is no longer present there. So in that case, if I were to compare both Kay and Pverti, who is going to be better? So surprisingly, Pverti is better. So if you can pick one in most normal circumstances, let me show you guys the testing results. You can see right here that in most cases, Pverti is just better, right? So right here you can see I test this in a team of Dorothy, Crown, Swimsuit Anise, and then we got Kate. So Mihara bonding chain is just here to be an off burst, right? She's just there because I want to put a burst 3 character that doesn't really need to burst. Modernia, Mihara bonding, so this is just for testing purposes. So in this case, we're rotating between Annie, Sparkling Summer, and K. Guess what? I slot Pverti here. And Pverti, we all know Pverti sucks when she bursts, right? She's not the very good character to burst. You ideally, when you use her, you don't use her to burst. You tend to use her to be an off-burst character. But in here, I use her as a burst. Even then, this team gets overall more damage than where K is bursting. Alright, which is just bizarre. So because Pverti not only reduces max ammo capacity, one more thing that she does, alright, the very important thing is she has the ability to increase attack as well. So attack, reload speed, so those are going to be very important. So she does way more for the team rather than K does. So K doesn't really work in that particular slot if you're trying to make her like an off-burst character. Just so you guys are wondering, I tested K right here. As you can see, if she didn't burst, she does about 256 million, but if she bursts, she does about 380, right? So she is going to be still a better character for her to burst because like there's way better off-burst characters right now than K. Alright, so that's going to be one thing to consider. So if you are thinking of trying to put K in a team that basically works in this last bullet mechanic character. Now let's talk about last bullet, right? So K is going to be a very niche character because her ability right here reduces the max ammo capacity. You can see max ammo capacity decreased by 51%. So that means that if you have 300 bullets, if your max ammo capacity is reduced by 50%, now you have 150 bullets, right? So why do you want to have less bullets? Because what's the logic here? Ideally, you don't want to have less bullets, you want to have more bullets so you don't have to reload as often, right? Because if your characters are reloading more often, you lose damage. Now, there are some characters, for example, Dorothy or Swimsuit Anise, that benefits from this. That is the last bullet mechanic. You can see activates when firing the last bullet, affects all allies. You can see Dorothy right here. She basically decreases cooldown when that happens, and also when last bullet, she also increased damage to parts. So Dorothy and Swimsuit Anise are going to be one of the few characters that actually benefits from having less max ammo capacity. Same goes for Swimsuit Anise. So when she has less ammo capacity, when she fires the last bullet, she tends to shoot these rockets out, and she will also do more damage to interruption parts. Now ideally, this is going to be the few scenario where you are going to be able to use K with, right? The truth is, right now, if you don't have Swimsuit Anise, right, that is already like one character that, you know, like one of the best synergy to pair K with. Right now, if you look at all of the other characters, right, a lot of characters that increase their max ammo capacity, including Noah, alright, or Drake, or even Bunny Alice, Little Mermaid as well, and then you also get something like Mika's Nobody. A lot of characters don't really have the specific synergy that I thought that it's going to work, right? It's because I was trying to put her in a shotgun team, right? But if you look at Drake right now, Drake's first skill right here, you can see, right? Affects all allies, everybody gets hit rate and attack. Okay, that's good. Affects all allies with shotgun, everybody gets attack percent and max ammo capacity increased by 50%. So if you put K in a shotgun team, she decreased max ammo and Drake increased max ammo, so it neutralized the effect. So there's like no synergy right there. In fact, it's like counter each other, right? It wouldn't make sense. So I don't see her purpose in a shotgun team. So right now, I think K is in a very difficult spot. Alright, she's not a very strong character damage wise. Her damage is not that impressive, it's not like that crazy. And if you look at Electric right now, so this is pretty much going to be what I think is going to be the best team that you can make with her for the time being. If you are looking for some sort of team that has some sort of synergy, you can put like Mihara bonding chain just for an off burst, even though it doesn't really benefit from it as much. But like the truth is, a lot of characters just don't have the synergy. You can maybe put Helm here, something along those lines. But in an Electric team right now, I just don't see her I'm not sure where she stands, right, in the position wise, because we already got Cinderella team, alright? And Cinderella is going to be quite synergistic because, so you can do something like this for Cinderella, right? So Cinderella is generally more flexible because you get Rouge right there that you can put, and then you can put Cinderella right there in an electric team. Alright?
I shall gladly
So
oblige.
if you were to put Swimsuit Annie's here, this would make a lot of sense. Or you can put something like Ayn right here, right? She is very flexible. She's going to be able to fit in every team. So another electric team that benefits a lot is going to be Scarlet and of course Trina, right? So this is going to be already a very good one as well. So I did try Scarlet with K. It doesn't really work because Scarlet is going to be constantly reloading. Because K decreased max ammo capacity, that makes for a bad synergy with Scarlet. Scarlet needs more ammo. She doesn't want to reload as often. Ideally, it's going to be very bad. So she doesn't really fit in this team as a whole. Another team that you can perhaps make or consider an option with is going to be in the Arcana team. However, that's also going to pose another problem as a whole. So you can put an Isabel and Arcana team, but then now you have an issue because ideally you want to use K with Swimsuit Annie's, right? You want to like put these two together. So this is going to be the best. Swimsuit Annie's is literally the best character to pair with her, but then you can't do it right here because Arcana is a 40 seconds cooldown. So now you gotta take out one of these bursts. You can only bring 2 bursts free, so you cannot bring her. So now you are forced to bring one more burst too, because or else you are going to have a situation that you cannot burst. So another possible formation that I can see that you perhaps could use is going to be in Maid Mask, and then you can put Maid Anchor right there, and then you can do something like K and Swimsuit Anise, right? And then you can put like a burst one right here. Now it can be either again Dorothy, or it could be Pepper, it could be something like that. So this could be another team that you could perhaps do, but even then it's not like really super meta or anything. Dorothy is just not that strong anymore. There's just way better options, way better characters. Nowadays that we got Little Mermaid, Lita is still going to be one of the better ones. Alongside that, we also got Rouge, alongside with the Killer Wife, and maybe if you want to, you can consider Exia as well. But Exia will need the Treasure, so that's going to be something that maybe perhaps she could have some sort of viability in an electric specific solo raids. But if you're looking for like a general purpose character, I don't think K is it. So that is pretty much the issue with K right now. There's a lot of anti-synergy with her. She doesn't fit in a lot of teams, which makes her a really hard recommend for players to pull. If you can, I highly recommend you guys to save and just skip her for the time being and wait for her to be added to the standard banner, and then maybe you can consider getting her using the wishlist system later on. So yeah, that's going to be my opinion personally. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys did test K out, what do you guys find about her kit overall? As per usual, that's going to be it for now. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.